Welcome back to my channel, English lesson with Teacher Suraya. So for today's class, we'll be focusing on speaking. Let's get started. So before we start, I want you to sit in pairs. So everyone have their own partners. Okay, so this activity is actually just a simple warm-up before we go to the actual speaking activity. Okay, now with your pairs, I want you to discuss this question. What are the activities that you have done last weekend? And if you like it or not, give reason. Okay? For example, last weekend, me and my family went to search for clams in Kuala Setiu. I like it so much because it was an enjoyable and amazing experience because we don't get to look for clams every day, right? So I enjoyed it. What I don't like about it is that I got sunburnt after looking for the clams the whole day. Okay, do you got it? Now, discuss with your partners. Now, these are the objectives of today's lesson. A. Student will be able to discuss the advantages and disadvantages of ideas of places to visit. B. Students will be able to decide which place would appeal most to the students. And lastly, C. Students will be able to write a simple recommendation using the correct words and phrases. So can you all see this picture over here? Okay, imagine that your school is organizing a trip to a foreign country. Below are the ideas of places to visit or activities to do so that are being considered. Let us read the caption together. Visit a castle. Walk in the countryside. Visit a zoo. Explore ancient ruins. Bus tour of town. Explore a cave. Mountain biking through the woods. Lastly, bird watching. So in your pairs, you have to discuss the advantages and disadvantages of each of these activities that is mentioned here. Okay? You can use the words and phrases in the box as guidance. Before that, let us read together and find the meaning if you do not understand the word. Dull. What do you think dull means? Dull is almost the same meaning as boring. Unappealing. Unappealing means unattractive. Active. Entertaining. Adventurous. Adventurous means it is full of adventure. Dangerous. Educational. Relaxing. Impressive scenery, which means a very good scenery. Valuable learning experience. Escape from routine, something that you do not do often. Challenging. Tiring. Come into contact with nature. Energizing. Spectacular views. Fresh air. And lastly, beneficial. So, with the help of the phrases and words in the table previously, you have to list down the advantages and disadvantages of the places or activities that you have chosen. So you have to do this in pairs. The reason I provide this table is for me to easy to check your answer. However, I do not want you to read. I want you to discuss with your friends and write the answer. I will give you around 5 minutes to finish this. Now I will share you my answer. So this is how you discuss the question with your partners. Firstly, visiting a castle. Visiting a castle can be educational. Next, we can see very impressive scenery and take a breath of fresh air. It is also a valuable experience to visit a castle because we cannot do this every day. However, visiting a castle may be seen as dull to some students. It is also unappealing to those who do not enjoy history. Next, walking in the countryside. I find walking in countryside relaxing. It is also beneficial because of fresh air. We can also come into contact with nature and see very nice scenery. However, walking in countryside can be tiring to some students and unappealing because it is dull for those who are energetic and love to have challenging experience. Next, visiting a zoo. Visiting a zoo can be very entertaining. We can also escape from routine because we do not visit a zoo every day. It is also a great opportunity to see wild animals. However, it can be tiring to some students because we need to walk all over the zoo. A zoo is a big place, and it is also unappealing to those who do not like zoos. Next, explore ancient ruins. So exploring ancient ruins can be educational and we can get valuable learning experience. It makes learning real. It can be a very good opportunity to explore ancient ruins because we do not get to see it every day. However, it can be dull for students who do not like history and can be tiring too. Riding a bus tour of town. So riding a bus tour of town can be very relaxing and entertaining at the same time because it is relaxing as we do not need to walk around. It is also entertaining because we can see a lot from the bus. However, it is an inactive activity, no challenge involved, and can be boring to some students. Next, explore a cave. Exploring a cave can be very adventurous, so it is good for students who love challenging activity. Exploring a cave can also be an escape from routine because we do not explore a cave every day, right? However, it can be very dangerous and tiring, so it is unappealing to most of the students. Next, mountain biking through the woods. Mountain biking through the woods is an adventurous activity. So for active students who like challenge, they will love mountain biking. It is also an energizing activity. However, it can be tiring and very dangerous. Lastly, bird watching. Bird watching is a very relaxing activity. You can see spectacular views from bird watching. It is also beneficial in creating awareness about the protection of birds and animal species. However, it can be dull and boring because bird watching is not as fun as walking in the zoo. Now, for this activity, you need to decide which three ideas would appeal most to you and your friends, and you should give reasons with the help of the phrases below. Okay, so you can use this as a guidance. So this activity should be done with your partner. For example, I believe that visiting a castle would be a good idea because give your reason. So it will provide students with an opportunity to. Some students may find this because of what. So students are or are not interested in. I definitely think that it would be more or less fun for the student. I agree or disagree. Young people find this enjoyable. So I don't think many students would want to. Okay, so choose any three ideas that would appeal most to you and give reason. I will give you about 3 minutes to think of it, and you have to speak up with your partners. Okay, now I will play the audio from pair 2.
I believe that visiting a castle and exploring ancient ruins would be a good idea because it would make learning about these places and the events that took place there more interesting. It's better than learning about them in class, isn't it? Yes, but I don't think that many students would be interested. What about a bus tour of the town? It could be both educational and entertaining. I definitely think that would be less interesting and fun for students. They would find it dull and tiring because they would have to spend a lot of time sitting on a bus. Hmm, perhaps you're right. Let's recommend a visit to a castle then. That way, they can also enjoy the impressive scenery while learning about the events that took place there. We could also recommend a visit to a zoo. I think that apart from being fun, it would help increase their awareness of environmental issues like the destruction of natural habitats and the extinction of animal species? Well, some students may find this unappealing because they don't agree with the idea of keeping animals in zoos. Why don't we teach them the importance of protecting nature by taking them bird watching instead? I seriously doubt it that it would be interest them. How about a walk in the countryside? That way we can all get some fresh air, come into contact with nature and enjoy the impressive scenery. I agree. As for the two activities that are left, both mountain biking and cave exploration are adventurous, energizing, and challenging. I think students would find both of them enjoyable. What do you think? I don't think that they all have the physical strength and fitness required to ride a mountain bike through the woods. Besides this, mountain biking is dangerous. I think exploring a cave is a safer option because we will be accompanied by guides. You're right. Besides this, it could be a valuable learning experience for them as they will learn all about caves and see from up close various underground rock formations.
Okay, now that is how you discuss and decide ideas with your friends. Okay, now last but not least, as homework, each pair need to decide on a final choice of 3 days trip and write a short recommendation to the principal of the school stating their chosen 3 days trip and reason for their choices. Okay, so let's write a short recommendation. So this is an example of a short recommendation. You can write more than this. I just give you the example only. So, we believe a walk in the countryside is a good idea because we will see some spectacular views of the impressive landscape. We definitely think you will love to explore ancient ruins because it is exciting and a valuable learning experience too. So this is how you write a short recommendation. However, you can add one or two more sentences. Okay? So this is your homework. I will check them on the next class. We have come to the end of the class. So let's recap a bit. So today you have learned to discuss the advantages and disadvantages of certain places to visit, and you also have decided which place is the most appealing to visit. Okay, I hope you enjoy today's class. That is all for me. Bye. Thank you.